you can feel that humidity when you step outside this morning. You actually can see it here on the ODOT camera. It's hazy. We have a little bit of fog out there from the rain that we saw overnight. We're now just left with this low-level moisture looking out at I-75 at State Route 81. But we don't have any rain falling. We are quiet this morning on the radar. Here's a look at the past 24 hours of rain just to show you the wide variation. There were some areas that had no rain yesterday or this weekend. And there were other spots that got absolutely hammered. We had really particularly Mercer County and then right down here through southern parts of Auglaize County through Shelby County. A really heavy storm yesterday around 6 o'clock that really dumped that rain. We had over 2 inches there in parts of southern Shelby County. Had about 6/10 of an inch at the Allen County Airport. Here at Hometown Stations, we had about 2/10 of an inch yesterday, and at Elida, we had just under a ½ inch of rain. Also had a ½ inch of rain reported in Columbus Grove to the north. As we look at the radar right now, it is pretty quiet. There's not a lot going on. In fact, once this little bit of a fog layer that we have lifts, we'll actually see some pretty decent sunshine for a good while. And actually, for a good part of today, the radar should be relatively quiet. We are watching some storms here in parts of the northern plain states. Some flash flood warnings, as you can see, over parts of central South Dakota this morning. Some heavier storms in southern parts of Minnesota. And some of this activity could kind of rotate down and eventually track its way towards our area late this afternoon and this evening. A very complicated forecast here because we're going to try to get a cap on the atmosphere where we have this warm layer of air that develops aloft. And what happens is when those air particles start to rise to try to develop a storm, it's almost like putting your foot in a thunderstorm, and it keeps that storm or that air from rising further to allow storms to develop. But if that cap can break, and we don't have that cap on the atmosphere, we have all the ingredients in play for those storms to quickly blow up and become severe. So if we can break that cap, those storms could be quite strong as they move through our area. We're definitely in that zone to watch. Late this afternoon, I would say 4 p.m. to about midnight is that potential. But again, I say potential. It's not a given. We'll have to kind of monitor things, and this is really going to be a nowcasting situation where we monitor the atmosphere and the radar and see how things trend as we go through today. But the trend is for much of the daytime to be quiet, and it's going to be hot and muggy with temperatures into the upper 80s today to near 90. And this is just one forecast solution. There are other model solutions suggesting we see nothing at all today or tonight. Other model solutions are pretty robust. So we're going to show you at least one solution here showing that possibility as we head into the evening hours of a cluster of storms. That could bring some very strong winds. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center even saying if we get these storms to fire, some areas could see winds over 70 miles an hour. So that's why we have to watch it, just stay weather aware, and we'll just hope that that cap holds on the atmosphere and that we don't get those storms. Again, the best threat will be prior to midnight, and then tomorrow, that upper level ridge of high pressure will take hold, and that's going to allow temperatures to warm well into the upper 90s. That's the actual air temperature. The heat index temperature tomorrow will be around 105 to 110. And the same goes for Wednesday as well. Still hot on Thursday. So again, the next few days, really got to take it seriously and try to stay hydrated and avoid the heat, the peak heating of the daytime.
Wow. Sweating just thinking about that,
Right,
Holly.
yeah, and you do need to take it seriously because that is really hot. All right.